This is Pure Metal of Gods. I'm Den, your host, and I'm with Mike from Behind Eyes. How's it going, Mike?
It's going pretty good, man. How about yourself?
It's doing, it's going.
Yeah.
After a little bit of chaos over here with the mixing board, but you already know the story.
I do. Yeah, firsthand.
Yep. So, Mike, how's everything going with the group and what's going on?
Oh, it's going great, man. We just got two new members, and we're trying out a third at the moment. We've started writing the third song, um, and yeah, man, just meeting up every week, doing the thing.
And how are they coming along with your style of music? I mean, are they getting along great?
Yeah, yeah. They're the drummer. I'm kind of like showing him some kind of the genre to give him an idea of what we're playing and whatnot. And I think the bassist already pretty well has a good idea. And they're really receptive and flexible with their schedules, and we're doing pretty good for you know everybody first meeting and everything. So you know,
Well, that's cool. So
yeah.
I guess you would say he's a lot better than your former drummer that you had in there.
Yeah, yeah. They make sure to kind of keep us updated if anything changes or and whatnot. And they've been posting, so yeah, it's going better. Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
yeah.
You don't mind sharing their names with us?
No, no. So the bassist name is Donovan, and the drummer's name is John Michael, and then the other guitarist name is Jace. Uh, I don't know if they want me to say their last names, but uh, yeah. So
Oh, cool. So you guys brought in a second guitarist. I didn't
mhm.
even know about that. That's very cool.
Yeah,
So how's he collaborating well with Nate?
pretty well. He's really kind of following his lead and kind of getting um, learning our stuff at the moment. We're kind of like seeing how it goes with him to see if he wants to be permanent with us and whatnot. And he's really like I said, just really receptive and um, collaborative with everybody. So
Well, that works. So,
yeah.
what about you, Mike? What's been going on with you and lyric wise? I mean, are you working on the third song? And if so, what are the lyrics to about?
So yes, I'm working on the third song. I've written the lyrics. It's almost finalized. I want to get the guys' opinion on what I have, and see how well they can create something to kind of how I'm picturing the lyrics being screamed and everything in my head. Um, the song is it's about suicide. Actually, it's just you know it's kind of like like the ideation of it and stuff that you know it's kind of my take on it, but it was really Nat's was the one that had the idea of starting up the song, and I really like the concept, and I think that I could come up with something that was both visceral and also kind of real, something that you can kind of take something away from it, maybe, hopefully.
No,
um,
that's cool. I mean, even back in the day when I wrote my songs and with my group,
mhm.
I wrote a suicide song called "Candles and Light," and it was deep, dark. I mean, it
Really?
takes you to another place. Mine was a ballad though, and it
Really?
was, yeah, it was really interesting because we did it with acoustic guitars. Actually had Tony Iommi played the harmonies with me
Oh wow.
from Black Sabbath. But this is
Wow.
back in the 90s when we first started out. But it takes you to a place where you just you get in a dark side when you write, especially if you write from the bottom deep down, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, and it's like I have to kind of it's hard because it's like I got to tap into that just that raw, you know, frankly
That raw
vulnerable,
emotion.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like if I do it too much or if I do it for too long when I'm writing, it's you know, I
It
kick
takes over.
almost. Yeah, I almost get in
Yeah.
a bad headspace almost.
No,
But
it happened to me. Actually, even when we released it back in the '90s,
oh wow.
our label literally put on this song, for Candles and Light, if emotionally disturbed, do not listen to this track.
Yeah,
Literally, just to cover us for lawsuits and stuff like that. Even though the song was about me when I was a teenager, where
yeah,
I wanted to go.
yeah, yeah.
It,
You'll
it's
on it. Oh,
it,
go ahead.
no, it's really you know the thing is when you're a teenager and you think there's no way out, and they don't realize problems are meant to be solved, and committing suicide just ends everything, but they don't think about the aftermath of their families, their friends, who they're going to miss.
Yeah, and it's there's so much there's there's so many things around when you make a mistake, or so many things around when uh, to add to uh, your confusion, or just you getting bummed out over not being able to kind of figure life out. And it's there's a lot, like I still haven't completely figured it out, and nobody really has. But it's I don't know, it's kind of weird how um like I said, it seems like there's not enough to kind of help people through stuff. I don't know, that sounds that sounds
No,
really
no, no,
like.
no. It actually it's true, Mike, because
Yeah,
like I said, I wrote this song to make someone realize, hey, you know what? This is not the solution.
yeah,
Fighting through your problems and getting to where you need to be here with us.
yeah,
That's the solution. Not giving up.
yeah. And uh for me, a lot of the when I write, I find that a lot of the stuff that I write, just when what I'm thinking, a lot of it kind of circles around to me kind of feeling kind of like a black sheep in a sense. And you know it's it's also kind of finding to me, it's the song's a lot about finding your way to do that, you know uh and
No, I do. I do, and
yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
Now, what's this title track called? This new song?
So we're we're s- we haven't agreed on a name, all of us. The name I was kind of kicking around was Self Annihilation. um just because, you know self destruction, I've already heard songs with that title. And um, annihilation is kind of, uh, I don't know. The word is more of a, you know, I don't know.
It's
It's it.
dark. It's
Yeah.
dark. Yeah.
It's
Now, it fits what the subject's about.
yeah.
Okay,
And
so
yeah, yeah.
that's great that you're writing it. Can you share a little bit of the lyrics, or you
Yeah.
rather not?
I mean, yeah, I can share
Just,
some of it.
yeah, not
I
all of it, just a couple
yeah,
pieces.
yeah. No, it's I got you. It's from the first verse. It's solitude is my sentence for making sense of existence. I think that I've been going off the deep end, living in a world I resent and am drained from interacting with. This is the person you're acquainted with. Let me know if you can't handle it. After all
That's
this
deep.
time, are you right?
Yeah,
I
that's deep.
right?
No,
Like I,
it is.
yeah, I
Um,
try to I try to write stuff that's it. I try to write stuff that's like brutal, but also you can kind of relate to it, so that it doesn't sound like it's trying too hard to be brutal. You know what I mean?
you want to put a hook in it. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, make it an earworm kind of thing. You know?
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
Is the music going to be slow or is it going to be heavy? I mean, any acoustic parts, clean tones, or no?
So it's definitely gonna be heavy. It's more of a so since this was the Nat's idea uh, for the whole creation of the song, he's kind of leading the tempo on it, and he's very he really likes fast, uh, kind of speed. It's but if you asked him, he'd probably say it's either a mid moderate speed or a faster speed. We've got the first part of it mapped out. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be more on. We're going to really lean into the deathcore, uh, you know, influence in our music, and you know, but mostly it's going to be moderate to maybe have some slowed down bits for like a breakdown or something like that. But other than that, it's I wanted him to be able to like just get it out because I when you have a vision for something like you know
You
uh
want them a right from the heart on this one. That's what
right
you're saying.
and I didn't I know what it's like to have something in your head, and then when you try and get it out, and other people get involved with it, it feels kind of like it's changed. And I wanted, I wanted him to have as much like creative, uh, um, you know, whatever on it because it was a song that he came up
You want
with.
him to have full creative control on his
Yeah,
expression. All right, I get
yeah.
it.
I mean, and all of us, he understands like that it's still we all are making it, so there's room for compromise. But we, like I said, um, I know what it's like when you have a song in your head and you just want to put it somewhere. So I hope that he's happy with it, uh, for what he had imagined it. So
No, that's very cool. I
yeah,
mean, as a guitar player myself,
yeah,
you know, I don't want people telling me how to write this and,
yep,
putting their 2 cents in, you know, as far as my writing style. I mean, I want to have control of it. I mean, I don't mind my old bandmates going, hey, I got an idea for this part.
yeah,
And that's a compromise, like you said. That's an arrangement that's only going to enhance the music. So that's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Now, what about what happened that you guys couldn't go to Mexico? So, I mean, just in case everybody, from Mexico,
Yeah,
were were upset, but I mean, you did have problems with your former drummer
yeah,
and all this.
yeah. And we are sorry about that. By the way, I don't know if we had gotten to say that yet, but we. So I got my passport. Um, Freaking Nat was working on getting his. Um, and the drummer, he was. I mean, he's a good guy. He wanted to help us out. He expressed that he was, wanting to contribute to the band and everything, but just he would miss practices, um, and it was uh, it. I mean, that's one thing, but it was a lot of it was just that we didn't hear about it until after the fact. So it's just like me and Nat, it's like what if we have a gig somewhere? If we have a gig and he's just a no show, like he's our drummer, you know. But this is, and it's no hate towards him. We gave him a few chances, and we like I explained to him like, hey man, it's like you haven't been posting stuff, and and that's hard to stay on top of too when you got other stuff going on. So it's like I get it, but it was just not enough updates, not enough contrib-
Contributing.
contribution. Yeah. So we just said, it was the last time was like I showed up to his house and I was waiting there, and I called him like four times and just nothing. And then as I'm driving away, or no, I as I'm driving away, I call Matt and I'm like, what's going on, and then we were actually trying to get him so we could take some new band photos, all three of us. And uh, by the time me and Nat were done, that's when he, you know, woke up and texted us, and it was just like, I can't, you know, that was it, kind of it for me, because I tried to give him honestly more chances than I really should have, but you know, but there's, we're cool, I don't hate the guy.
You're
We're
still
still,
friends.
yeah, we're still friends, and but it was just like it was one of those things. It was just a tough decision to make, man.
Well, you got to remember, this is a business, and no joking aside, I mean, a band's like a marriage.
Yeah,
So if you're not
yeah,
married yet, it's it's just like a marriage, you know. You're
yeah,
not clicking. You got to find someone that's going to fit in, because if
yeah,
not, you're not going to. It's not going to work between you guys.
yeah, yeah, and that's the intimidating thing too, is when you mix friendships and business. That's something that is kind of daunting to think about, because it's. Um, but I just, I got into it because of my love of music. I wanted to make something that scratches an itch that I haven't seen yet. You know what I mean? And the business kind of thing. It's like I'm figuring that out, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a crash
but it
course for you.
yeah, but it is like it is like a marriage, and there's just it's stuff happens. I don't stuff Life always has other plans than what you plan, but it's just a matter of how you deal with it in that, and how much you update people when that happens. Uh, it's like I have things pop up too, but I try to notify people and help them move it around and do the same when they have something pop up. Um,
No,
so
I understand. I get
yeah,
it. I mean,
yeah,
I know there could be somebody that on the outside, and you're like, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he does know what he's talking about to
yeah,
guide you, because he doesn't want to see you make those same mistakes as they did in the beginning, you know.
yeah, yeah. No kidding, man.
I,
that
you, I think you're learning a whole new side of the music business, because, I mean, starting out, you guys don't know the secrets that go on inside the music industry.
yeah, yeah, man.
Now, let me ask you a question. How did your family feel about you guys getting an offer to go international for your first shows?
Um, well, my my mom reacted better than I thought she would. Um, I didn't really um shout it from the rooftops. Uh, in my family, I pretty much just like told my mom about it, and she was like scared about it because it's that's that's kind of how she kind of gets with stuff like that. But at the same time, she knows that it's a thing that is important to me, and it's something that um, I put a lot of time and thought into, and I think that, and she knows me, so it's um, it was one of those things that she took it better than I thought she would, and she was going to work through it because it was a thing that I wanted to do, but yeah, no, I didn't. I was kind of uh, getting all the steps taken care of uh, before, I guess, mentioning it to other people. That
You're like, my dreams are coming true, and
Yeah.
oh, Ben, because of you, I'm losing them.
Oh man, yeah, I was just, um,
Heartbroken.
yeah, it sucked, but like I have faith in this, and like I said, I do it for the love of it. So it's like if we only ever made it to performing to like small venues, I'd be happy with that. If as long as I got this, as long as we all got our stuff kind of immortalized and put on Spotify or something like that, just so that we have it, and can say that and got some fans from it, I would still be stoked about it. But um, you know,
Yeah, but
if
I
if
hear that I heard that your label, Shut as Death Records, they were gonna put out some physical CDs for you guys.
I didn't know that, but that's awesome.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah.
I guess Nathaniel didn't tell you about it, did he?
No, he's been pretty busy lately. He's been doing school stuff.
No, that's cool. I
Yeah.
know he's pretty busy. I
Yeah,
tried to
yeah.
bring him on here earlier, and we had that whole audio problem, and
Yeah, the
you
same
know,
thing you and I did.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, I got this mixing board about 2 years ago, but
Yeah.
during the pandemic, I didn't have a chance to really use it be- because
Oh,
no
yeah.
one was doing anything for the 2 years. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I
yeah.
finally got to break it out and really sit down here and play with it, like now.
Yeah. Oh, okay, this so tonight was like your crash course on that.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
you're talking about a $2,000 instrument right here. My new baby, and
Yeah.
I just haven't had a chance. It's got 20 channel interface, and I
Wow.
got 7 headphone jacks. So yeah,
Okay.
I can do a lot of stuff on this.
Oh, man, yeah. That's freaking 2000. That's what's up, man.
And I got a good deal on it. I got it with an artist discount, but it's coming
Yeah.
in handy for the podcasting right now, and while I'm
Yeah.
recuperating from the surgery, so I'm not
Yeah,
going to be doing much of anything.
I feel that. How's that coming along, by the way?
Well, it's been rough, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. I had 3 major surgeries where I actually physically died for 15 minutes because the aneurysm ruptured when they were trying to fix it,
Jeez.
and I bled out. And afterwards it was like really weird. Uh, I mean,
Really?
it's you're talking about a whole different experience that I had, and like for each person, like Jeff from Venom Inc.
Yeah.
He he had an experience. He only saw black. My
Oof.
experience, I actually went to this one place where it was all white, and I
Really?
actually heard a voice. And when
Really?
yeah, that's like a total different subject, but yeah, I'm
I
doing good.
I'm all ears, honestly, if you want to talk. I'm curious about that. Like,
Um, well, what happened when I died is like for the 15 minutes, it
yeah.
seemed like for me it was like hours went by, and you're talking about my surgery lasted about 8 hours,
Yeah.
and for the 15 minutes, it ruptured on the doctor, you know, before he
Oof.
even touched it, and I had an abdominal aorta, 3 aneurysms actually, and what happened was he was getting ready to work on it, and it ruptured, bled out. He had less than 20 minutes to get it repaired.
Wow.
So during that time, when I got when I awoken,
Mhm.
I guess it was the last step of the surgery, and they were still stapling me back together. And I woke up during that.
Oof.
When I was in that other, I guess the other side. I don't know if it was heaven or whatever, but
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a pure bright light, dude, white, pure white,
Yeah.
and I can hear a voice. The voice is actually says, "I've answered all your prayers. I'm going to give you your second chance. Do not squander this opportunity."
Wow.
and then spend time while you're here with your loved ones. I heard my mom's voice, I heard my dad's voice,
Yeah.
and when I said I wanted to stay with them, that
Hmm.
voice said, "No, it's time for you to leave." And boom, I woke up when they're stapling me back together, man.
Wow.
Literally.
Did it sound like a male's voice or?
It was a male's voice. It was
Oh,
like an
okay.
adult, like, about your age, my age, somewhere
Wow.
around in there. Just, yeah, it was mind blowing. And
That's crazy.
they cut me up from my thighs all the way up to my waist
Oh,
on both legs. So I had all that muscle and tendons and nerves. I
yeah.
had to go through physical therapy, and yeah, it's taking a
Oh,
toll on me.
oh man, yeah. I can imagine, man. And physical therapy, that's a whole nother thing in itself. I mean, I haven't, but I've
Oh,
had to help somebody with that before. So,
I
yeah.
mean, let's put it this way. As soon as I got out of surgery, they had me walk about, what was it, about five steps forward, 5 steps back. I almost
Hmm.
passed out after that. Next
Jeez.
day, they came in. They literally had me walk the entire floor, then down a flight of stairs, and then back up. And I'm like, "You better have a wheelchair." And they're all, "Why?" My legs gave out on me, man. I was like,
Oh,
"No, no, we need you to keep." Well, this is as far as I'm going right now. So,
oh, dude.
and they're like, "Are you serious?" And I'm all, "Look," I told the physical therapist, "I know this is your job, but let's be honest. I'm not here trying to kill myself down a flight of stairs after
Yeah.
surviving this."
Right.
And so, you know, she worked with me every day. There was one day where we didn't do anything, give my body time to rest.
Hmm.
And but yeah, I mean, like, all my strength was zapped, dude. I mean, zapped. I mean, till this day, it's already been about 4 months going on 5. I'm still like get zapped within an hour.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's brutal.
oh, you have no idea, man.
Yeah, no.
So, I mean, I'm building up my endurance. I was supposed to be there at the show that in Mexico with you guys, but the doctor
Mm,
wouldn't even clear me to go fly anyway. So,
mm.
I'm hoping that after February, he's going to clear me to do where I can travel again and all that.
Oh
And I
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
So, let's move forward from this conversation.
Yeah.
So, So, okay, we got that song. You got any
Mhm.
other songs you guys are working on, or is this the main one so far?
So we had one more that we started working on right before Nat got the inspiration for this one. So that's probably the one we're going to work on next. But I have you know like 8 other songs, uh, like lyric wise, almost pretty well completed. Uh, and then I've just got a full you know document full of just a whole bunch of lyrics because I'll be going through my day and I'll just think of a lyric and I'll put it in and then kind of add more from there. Uh, so yeah, we've got uh, instrumentally uh, just this third song, and then like the little bit that we kind of were working on when we were working on the next song. But lyric wise, we've got just a bunch of stuff, and Nat's always practicing on the guitar, so he's like he'll send videos of him kind of doing a riff or something to the chat, and the ones that I really like I have saved on my phone, just stuff that it's like, oh yeah, we got to have that in a song. um so yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, you ever think you guys are gonna collaborate with Nate's dad?
Oh, I don't know if he'd be up for that, but you know, he hasn't asked us. I mean, I wouldn't say no, but that's up to Nat and his dad, I guess.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of cool, you know, like kind of like,
Yeah,
well, think about it. Elvis
yeah.
Presley, Lisa Marie, she did that video duet singing along with her song, with her
Mhm.
dad's song, and you know, I think if Elvis was still alive, they would have done something together. I think that would be awesome for Nate and his father to do something.
That's that's a pretty good idea. I'll have to run that by him and see, you know, because and it's funny you mentioned that because I just saw the new Elvis movie like last week. Um, but
That
yeah,
that was a good movie. That new
right?
Elvis movie. It
Yeah,
was really good. I mean, it's dark, you know,
yeah,
showing what the Colonel did. I mean, there's so much things that go on in his life that was very covered up. You know, it's
yeah.
sad.
Well, it was interesting to me that they had the colonel when they had the colonel kind of giving his viewpoint on it, that they made him sound like he completely believed in what he was doing and that it wasn't a wrong thing to do. That was the like part that was like dark for me because it's like there's people like that out there that it's just like, you know, it's even worse when they believe in what they're doing and they're, you know, and manipulating someone in that way, but um, that was something I hadn't because my dad liked Elvis a lot, but I didn't know. Uh, you know, I knew the normal songs, but it just I didn't know any of that about his life. Uh,
Oh no, Elvis. You know, he started the whole security thing because of his whole family. Not his family, I mean, but his venues. Girls were chasing after him. Guys were trying to kill him and stab him. And
yeah,
no, it's crazy, dude. I mean, he's the one that started all this where you needed security at venues and all this stuff.
yeah,
I mean, Elvis is like, if you really think about it, I mean, he was able to take two different styles, and because of he was white and his voice, he got away with it. I mean,
yeah,
so I mean, there was no one ever like him, and till this day, there's never
yeah.
been anyone like him.
Oh yeah, and it was cool because they had that scene where they had Little Richard in that scene where he goes to that bar and sings with him,
Yeah,
or he sees him singing, and I thought that was a cool nod to Little Richard because not I don't know if a lot of people know that he was also a big, you know, uh, he
that they were friends.
yeah, and a big contributor to rock music in general. You know,
Yeah, no, that was awesome. Especially, did you ever see Walk the Line with Johnny Cash's story?
yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah, yeah.
Elvis is in there giving him the pills and all that, getting Johnny Cash hooked on it. So I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, all these different movies, you know, that show his life and you know the other artist's life. I mean, it's like wow, you know.
yeah,
So anyway, so we got past the movies and all that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and so basically, this is going to be your first full length album that you guys are going for.
yep,
Then, okay, cool.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna end this interview because we're already at like 35 minutes, and
Okay,
you know, I'm gonna have you and Nate on here later on. Hopefully, you guys will come back.
sweet.
You know, because Pure Metal Gods loves behind eyes. So,
Hey, we really appreciate it, and thank you for your time, man.
nah, no problem. Anyway, Mike. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this real quick. You want
All
to
right.
give a shout out to anybody?
Uh, oh man. uh, Shout out to Brian from work. Zach from work. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm gonna work on this shout out thing.
Yeah, I mean, you totally forgot it, the rest of the guys too in the band, but that's cool.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Shout out Nat, Don, Donovan, John, Michael, and Jace. Fair enough.
All right, well, hopefully we'll have you all on here, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man, that'd be sick.
All right.